All right, well, hey guys. I think we're live here. So yesterday, I did some work setting up Stripe checkout sessions and got that set up. Actually, here, let's just review what we did yesterday. So I'll start up the server. I think we're ready, good to go here. Oh, we got an error. You know what? Before I go any further here, I need to disable 1Password. All right. What I need to do is I just need to set up a separate browser profile for streaming without the 1Password. That would be the ideal. Okay, so we're getting an error on the login page. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, it makes sense because there's no current user. So let's log in here. It's in our application controller. Say if authenticated. If authenticated and current user. Yeah, okay. Let's just simplify this a bit here. We'll go return if any of these. That'll be a bit easier to read here. So we're returning if the controller name is webhook. We're returning if the controller name is in one of the allowed subscription controllers. And then lastly, we haven't returned from any of those. We'll return if the user is authenticated and the current user has an active subscription. What are we? If. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're getting a redirect here. We need to add the sessions to the allowed. There we go. Okay. test@email.com. All right, so yeah, just to refresh where we're at, set up the paid page a couple days ago, and then yesterday set up the subscription. So user subscription. So we have a user here who's currently trialing. Might want to eventually add in like how many days of the trial is left, but if we click on manage subscription, that should take us into Stripe, and we can see here the trial ends August 10th. Manage the payment info here and unsubscribe. If we return, we should bring this back here, which it does. So that's all working good here, our checkout subscription. And then off stream, I set up the webhooks from Stripe so that when the user changes anything to their plan in the Stripe checkout, that it goes and hits our webhook endpoint and will then update our subscription record. So that's all working good. What do we have next here? We have dynamic page titles, paging, and then next will be deployment to production. There's gonna be a couple other housekeeping things. I was noticing the form fields across application are transparent. So we'll say fix that. I think we could probably hit that off today too. All right. So yeah, that's where we're at. So let's add these these dynamic titles to the app. We'll want to do it. So we'll add okay, so we already have a content for. So basically we just need to add these into each view that we have. So on our dashboard, we should go to, so for dashboard index, and we'll just go, yeah, content for. Yeah, you know what? Okay. I was going to do this yesterday and forgot my NeoVim config. I want to disable Copilot. I thought I did. I don't know why it's still auto-completing. Like, I don't even see Copilot in here, which is very okay. Clean. Okay, I think that just removed it. Let's see here. We'll restart NeoVim and then go back to our dash index. We should no longer, we're still getting it. It's so strange. Yeah, it seems saying Copilot's ready. So how is that happening? Okay, well, I'm going to deal with that off stream. We'll just disable it. Or maybe I should just re-enable it and just use it because it's sometimes helpful. I was disabling it because it's often not. Okay. So it's like the app was, or the plugin is still installed, but the key bindings were not there because that's what's set in the Copilot config. Okay, so dash index. What did I set in application HTML? So it's going to do content for title, and then if there is nothing, it just falls back to hippos. So we'll go like this. You know what? I think I'm going to want that for everything. So let's go like this. So we'll go, okay, there we go. So it gives us dashboard, hippos, and if we don't have one set, it just falls back to hippos. So let's do this across the different pages, forecast, index. There we go. Go to our budget. Let's hit categories index. Then let's also do our individual category pages. So we'll go cat show, and then we'll call it category, and then we'll go category name. Okay, good. Go to our paid. So that's under item index. Oops. Item index. Call it, so do it based on the status. So we need to capitalize that. Titleize it. If we go unpaid, this is unpaid. So that's good. Let's go to our subscription. I need to create a button, a navigation button to that as well. Okay, that's working there. Our new item. New item. Okay, so if I click on new item, go to recurring, you lose it because we need to go to series new, and we'll call it a new recurring item. And then we need the individual items. So item show. And this one will be item.name. Okay. Series we need. Go series. And then we'll go series name. Okay. Are there any other pages that I've missed here? Budget. Could put the date for the budget. I'll just leave that. That's fine. Don't need that. It's not necessary. I think that's everything. Okay, so we found another error here. Okay, so that's done. So we'll commit that. paging. But no, let's just deal with these other errors that we're seeing here. So load another week. We get an error that's coming from our items item. And the reason for that would be because that's showing it's using the wrong item. It should be using our dashboard item. So that is in our index turbo stream upcoming. So this one should be dashboard. That should also be dashboard. Let's see if that now works. No. Missing partial dashboard paid items. Okay. So we need to move that. Move it to our dashboard. Do a search and replace here. We'll go search and replace items. Whoops. Item slash. Oh, that's not going to work. I think I need a backslash. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. Items. And then we go dashboard and backslash. And we will put it as paid items. Global. Let's confirm it. Yes, we'll replace that one. Yes, we'll replace that one. Okay, good. Is that all there is? Okay. Load another week. There we go. So that's working. Shows us we're loading up until August 7th, then goes to the 14th, and so on. Okay, so we have a form of paging working on the dashboard here. We need paging on the forecast. I want to see how I implemented the paging. I'm trying to remember now. Dash controller. Whoops. Dash controller. Right. I think there was like a. So we used the upcoming index to append additional items, and essentially we're modifying it by. So this link here is modifying the upcoming. So for forecast, I don't think I want to do it by date. We'll do it by the number. So more typical paging. And then we can use that across these different areas as well. I'm going to set up a concern. I have a concern that I've used before. Let's go and search pagination. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. We'll default to maybe 20. Okay, and then to use this, we'll toss this in. Yeah, might as well make it available everywhere. Okay, so let's see how this works here. So we need to go add, then paginate. So our first one to try this on will be the forecast. So we'll go to forecast index. Nope, forecast controller. Is that 20? Let's head over to that concern again. Let's change it to 10. See if that's working. Doesn't look like it. Okay, there we go. And actually, I should update that. So this is incorrect. And then we'll grab that load button that we had in the dashboard. Load next week. Okay, I'm just going to go to that partial load next week button. Copy that. And then we'll head over to forecast index. And it will go below here. Don't need that. Okay, we're gonna go load more. Our path will be the current path, which is for this one, forecast path with the current month, yeah. We're not, okay, how will this work here? Yeah, okay, so the load more, maybe this won't work ideally, this paging concern, because we're loading more, we're not going to the next page, although we can probably still do that. However, we need to set up a turbo stream. Probably just like we did for the other one here. We won't need all of these things, but we just need to basically append to the items. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting because we need to actually load up all of the new calculations too, because we're calculating the, so maybe I should just do kind of defeats the point of paging a bit if I reload everything the entire time or every time. So if I reload this, then we're reloading, or when I click load more, then we now load in all the ones that we've previously shown. We're defeating the point of our paging a bit. and then each sequential load more, we're reloading everything plus 10 more every time. If I do a turbo stream append, how would we address that with our balance calculation? Because we'd still have to calculate the balance from where it was left off. We could pass the last balance. Could pass so like we could grab this last balance here, pass that in to our link here with a parameter of the I guess like the latest balance kind of thing. I don't love that. You know what, like, okay, we're launching this thing. We don't have any users yet. I'm just going to keep it simple. I can always optimize things later. So we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do a full page reload every time. And then basically all we're doing is we are going to adjust the number that are loaded. And then what I'll do is I'll adjust that concern. So that we load more initially. We'll do 20. That way, hopefully there's less load more is needed. Okay. What did I just do that broke that? Yeah, what did I just do here? Load more. Save that. Issue is with our next month for some reason here. Let's see. Do we not have that? Right, so we don't have the next month. Oh yeah. Because this doesn't apply at all. It's not a budgeting page. So what did that just do here? Let's just see. I'm gonna go back to loading only 10 in. Actually, let's just do 5 while we're testing here. So load more is doing nothing at the moment. What do we need to be passing in? Our page num. So we could use the offset too to actually do this. But maybe I shouldn't even be using this concern at all. I might just need to do this differently here. So I was just going to try and make this easy and just reload everything, but maybe we should just append it and then pass in the last value. Okay. If I go page num 2, let's see here. So this isn't working at all. So why isn't it working? Let's look at our forecast index. Nope. Forecast controller. So, So we are only getting 5, so that's working. The page number is not working. Okay, that's why, because it's page. It's the wrong. Let's go back to forecast. Okay, I'm gonna change this. Page 2. Okay, there we go. So that is changing it. And then if I go params, page, yeah, basically that. 2i plus 1. this should give us 3. It does, and then we are changing it. So we are loading the next ones. So that's good. So if I do this as a turbo stream, the issue is calculating the balance. What we could do is we could do last item balance and do that. And then we would go to our controller and basically original balance becomes, what we can do is we can go maybe call it like a page balance. We'll go params last item balance. And if that isn't present, we fall back to the original balance. Make sure this is working. So we have 10,000 as the current balance. Then we have 4 grand paycheck brings up to 14,000. That's correct. If I click load more, getting an error here. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so let's just now see here. This is 7,800. So when I click load more, the top one should be this amount plus or minus whatever the next item is. So let's see, 7,800 plus 4,000 equals 11 grand. So that is working. And we're still maintaining the current balance here, so that's good. And it's working as we click load more. Now, what should be happening though is we need to append those items rather than just reloading the whole page. So let's see if this works. Index.turbostream. Since we have designated it as a TurboStream link, let's see if this will work here. We need to add a ID here. Let's call it forecast items. So we can go turbo stream append what are we appending to? We're appending to forecast items. Oops. And we are adding essentially this. So let's make this into a partial. Call it items, render items. And we'll need to get rid of the instance variables. We also don't need to do this. can go so we'll go items equals, what was it called? Item balances, I think it was. I don't know why I just didn't call it items. Forecast controller. Yeah, item balances. Okay. So we're appending that with the partial forecast. Well, we can just use items. We need the locals of items, item balances. Let's see if that works. So we'll reload here to the start. That's not working because we don't have item balances being passed in here. It's called item balances. I need to fix that in the forecast index turbo. Where did I put that? So I created it somewhere else. Where did I just put that? I put it over here for some reason. Okay, let's move that. To forecast. Save. Let's see if this works. If it just picks up the turbo stream. I believe it does. Let's see. Could be wrong. Yeah, no, item balances again. Item balances. Okay, so we do have an array there. So this should work. This should work. Our issue is, where is it? In our forecast items, item balances, is that not set? Undefined local variable name. Is this? What am I doing wrong here? Forecast. Shouldn't have to do that. Okay, so this is fine. Our issue is in our... Okay, so it's in our turbo. Forecast turbo stream. Ah, there we go. So it's called item balances. Cool. We are starting over though because we're not adjusting the page number. So page one every time. It's because it's a turbo stream, and I believe that's why. So we're not actually updating the page. So I need to, when I click the, well, let's reload here, just make sure. So when I click, so when I refresh, this is showing page 1. It shouldn't be, that should be showing page 2. So I should have a next page. Go with this next page. And then I can go next page. So this should now be, no, we're getting nothing there. Oh, because it's not being, that won't work, will it? No. Yeah, so we need to set that. Okay, so we are getting the page number 2 there, and that's showing the next ones. That's good. Now it does not update because it's a turbo stream. So what we need to do is also update the turbo stream to change. Whoops. We'll replace the turbo stream dot replace, and we'll call it the forecast load more button. Yeah, we'll do a partial. Might as well do a partial. And it will be called load more button. Don't think we need any locals. This render load more button. Okay, so it looks like it's replacing it, but it's still passing in the same page number. Now, the reason that would be is because... why would that be? Let's see what parameters are actually being pass through here. Okay, so let's go refresh. I click load more. Load more. We have page 2. So maybe what we should be doing is, instead of setting the next page like this, we just pass it as next page. And then need to do the same thing here. Next page equals params page plus 1. Let's continue that. Okay. Load more. Oh, gotta remove the debugger. Where did I put that? Put it over here. Load more. Okay, so load more brings us to June 13th again. So we're loading the same things all over again. Okay, so that's not passing through properly. What did I miss? Where's our load more button? So we can go next page, and then let's go like this. Let's make that a required locals. Yes, next page. That's right. Okay. So reload. June 13th, we're still getting the first one though. And our page number is not changing. Refresh, load more. Params, our page is 1, so I guess it might be, is it the initial load where so on the first load we're not okay, so we need to go to forecast index, and our page is 0, right? So that's the problem. Go like this. So if the page parameter doesn't exist, we'll set it to 1, and then we make sure it's an integer, and then add 1. Load more. Okay, so that did work. That one did not work. So we're going from the 22nd to the 25th, and then our button that loads is still showing page 2, so it doesn't look like that's being updated. So we need to make sure that the replace is happening. Next page. And let's check to see if we're grabbing, if the parameter is coming through as expected. You know, it might just be easier to set this next page variable in our controller. So let's go with this. Let's go next page. So we could go next page, and then we can go page num plus 1. And then we can set that here. Right after this, we'll go next page. Let's see if that works now. Okay, so we're loading. We get the next page, which is now showing as page 2. This would hopefully be 3. It is not 3. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay, so on the first load, page number is correct. On the next one, when I click load more, next page is 3K, so that's right. And then we assign it to the instance variable, and okay, so that's correct as well. So are we not passing it through to our forecast load more button? Locals next page equals next page. Should be replacing it, but it seems like it's not replacing it. Why isn't that updated? Is it a naming issue? Yeah, there it is. Oh my goodness. There we go. So I had the wrong ID. Wrong ID. We're replacing the wrong ID. Now let's just adjust the styling a bit here. Add some margin below the items. Let's go to forecast index again. Let's go like this. Go margin bottom 4. Let's see how that looks. Okay, there we go. Now, that's good, except that I kind of want to make this reusable to use across a couple other places too. So the paging concern is set up and can be reused. This load more button. Now, would I use that same button in other places? I would use it here, yes. I would use it here. I would use it in a series as well. Okay. So I'm going to move the load. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it just load more button. We're going to move it to layouts. Layouts, and we'll actually go and move it. Paste that there. Move, yes, we'll move that. Okay, so I just moved it. I need to update the forecast turbo. I did that already. Okay, let's see if it works. Load more. Go from the 22nd to the 25th, yes, and then 22nd of August should load. Okay, we're loading 25th next. We're getting page 2 again, same issue as before. Why is that? Because our ID is wrong again, so we'll just call that load more button. Let's try it out again. Load more from the 22nd to the 25th. Yeah, and then 22nd of August now brings us to more in there. Okay, so that's good. The only thing I don't really like is how when you click load more, it's loading, you know, like above the page location is staying with the button rather than staying with the where you were at with the items. So how would I fix that? That would be Not sure how to fix that actually. Other than if we were to remove the button and replace it, which we're doing already. We're replacing the item. I wonder if I do this. I would have to put it inside. Here. So if I put it in the container where the forecasts are, or pending it, if we remove it first, I don't really like doing that, but let's just see if it works. Load more. So it didn't append it. We need to append forecast items. It's still giving us the same behavior. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. This will be one of those things that I can get around to later. Just a quality of life kind of thing. Now, we've made this available as a layout in the layouts, and then I want to so a couple things here. In order to make this reusable generically across these other places, we need to accept a load more path. So let's go load more path, in which case we probably don't need next page anymore, because we'll just go like this. Go load more path. And then this needs to be forecast, forecast path, page, next page, and then this should be called load more path. I need to do that for the turbo stream as well. Okay, we need to make this reusable across the... We're doing that. So see if that works here. Load more. We're getting the right ones. Yep. Let's see if this one works though. 25, 22nd, 22nd, 19th. Okay, yeah, we're good. And we're getting the incremental page number on every click, so that's good. One other thing was that when we're using this turbo stream, so is there a way I could just make this reusable? I don't think so. I don't think there's a way to make that reusable. We'll have to have a turbo stream for each place where we're using this. That's fine. Okay, so let's commit this. paging, so forecast paging. And let's see if this works on our paid items here. Actually, you know what? Let's adjust the default to be 10. Okay. So, so head over to paid, which is our item index. So we need to go to our item controller. Grab that. And paste. So we shouldn't see any change there, so that's right. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's unpaid. So let's just see how many there were without that. Was there more? Yes. So that worked. Now let's add our button again. So we'll go forecast index and just copy what we had there. So we'll go to item index. Good. And our path needs to be items path and whatever status we are on. Okay, so this is giving us a link of items with a status of unpaid. We are not getting a next page. Because we haven't set it anywhere. It'd be nice if I didn't have to do this here. Is there a way I could do this without having to do that? Let's see if we can set this in the concern. Might as well just do this then. Okay, so I see next page 2. So we need to add our turbo stream. Oh man. I didn't think this was going to take this long. But the whole it's not like, what do you call this when it's not infinite scrolling, because you're not just auto reloading, but it's like your paging isn't yeah, you're just paging by loading more. This one's actually more simple than the other one was. The forecast was a bit more to it just because of you had to retain the balance. Actually, you know what? I want to double check that. Make sure that was calculated correctly after everything was said and done. Okay, what's our last one here? 17 grand, August 22nd. Yeah, okay, so it's not. Dang it. Dang it. Okay, so what was I doing I needed to pass in, okay, so this will be actually pretty easy, I think, with this, the way this was set up now. We needed to pass in, so forecast controller, just close that. I need to pass in the last item balance. That's the issue here. So I need to go back to forecast index, and this needs to include the last item balance, which would be item balances dot last. I think it's just balance. Okay, so we're getting a last item balance there of 17,700, which is, yeah, that's right there. So this, now, we should see our next number calculating correctly. So 17,700 minus 50 is 17,650. Good. Okay. Kuid says, why did you opt for load more paging versus infinite scroll? Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I'm thinking about it right now. What would that look like? It'd be, I think it would be more, it would be useful to have the infinite scrolling, right? We might even, like, that's where this whole thing is where we're, I don't like this, right? Where it's, you click the load more and it loads things above you, rather than it kind of like from, the problem is the page position is, I guess it's sticking with the button. So I don't know what the fix is for that. Yeah, exactly. You visually miss some. You just, yeah, you lose your spot, right? Like even here when I was just trying to figure this out, I'm like, I had to highlight it to see where I was at, whereas it should just retain my position. Man, I'm cooking in this office right now. I'm just going to open up my vent here because usually it's freezing in here, but it's super hot right now. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, it's a hot one here today. Okay, so that's working now, the forecast thing. I was going to add the load more button to our paid page, which link is working, but we're not getting, we need to add the turbo stream. Okay, so forecast turbo stream, grab this, head over here, and I guess it's going to be indexed again. It's a turbo stream.brb. It's not forecast items anymore, probably just items. Actually, it may not even be items. Let's see here. Item index. Okay, so I'm going to have to not use this or this. Oops. Will this work? Render items. I don't know if that syntax works in TurboStream. And then our load more path is our items path. Can't see this. Load more path is items, page, and then we need status of whatever status it is. Okay, so that's not working. It is changing our button. But it's not adding in the items. Okay, so let's go over to the index again. Need to add an ID here. Pending to items, rendering items. So that might be our issue right here. Let's try this. So hello. Yeah, okay. So I can go items, each do, and then we'll go render item. Need the local item. Like that, right? Okay. Use it. Okay, items. So our pending items. Items each do render item. What is the issue here? Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Are we getting more items? That would be a question. So go item controller. Should start at page 0 or page 1, I guess. Let's go to unpaid items. There's more of that. Okay. That might have been the issue, actually. There may have not been any more. So that's another thing I have to check for, is if there are no more items, it should not show the button. So I click load more. We do have more items. Hit continue. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, was it actually loading more? I just didn't notice because the page didn't move. Yeah, it is. Okay. So it's working. See, that's the problem, is you can load more and you don't realize it. So I'm gonna have to fix this sooner than later, but the other issue was this load more button, that it should only be displayed when there are more to be displayed. So we actually need to do a check to see how many there are, I guess, right? So that's not something that I had in this concern previously, as a check for, like, are you in the last page, basically. So I guess what we can do is go total pages. So this is what Copilot's suggesting here. Is that correct? There's a total count, so we're yielding. Might be right. And maybe we'll go, we'll do like a last page variable. Could be like, I'm gonna add that in here. We'll go last page. Equals page num equals total pages. I don't think this total pages is going to work. What we need to just be doing is total count, IT count. And then we'll go total pages. And then, yes, that's what we want this time. Don't need this. Let's get rid of that. Let's just pull this into here. Okay, so we don't need the set next page anymore. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so I need to go like Can I do this? See, I'm not really... I'm rusty when it comes to this lambda. And so the total count. Does that work? Let's see if that works. Okay. Basically, the point of this was to check if there should be a load more button. Oh my goodness, I cannot type right now. Okay. Total pages. Last page equals page num. So I decided, yeah, that's right. I can't do a question mark on a variable, right? Okay, so this is not showing here on unpaid, and if I remember correctly, there was only this number. I go to pay. Oh no, that's not right. Okay, well, we're checking, is page number greater than or equal to total page numbers? Total pages. This music sucks. Man, I think it just left Stream Beats again. Apple Music just always does that thing where it just keeps playing infinitely, but then plays stuff that's not royalty free or whatever. Okay, last page equals page num. Greater than or equal to total pages. Okay, so we're gonna nil for total count. Okay, let's do this. I should try and understand actually how this is working. Okay, so because when we pass in this, we can access it here, but actually, what are we even doing here? Let's go back to our item controller. It's the then method that I don't actually know how that works. That's where my disconnect is right now. So Claude, explain to me what the then method does. Unless anyone here can explain to me. So the then method is a Ruby method that passes the receiver. So passes the receiver, so the object is called on to a block and returns the result of that block. Okay. So in this code, the then paginate is equivalent to calling paginate items, where items is the collection from the previous chain. And then the syntax converts the method into a block that receives a collection as its argument. So current user items unpaid, then applies pagination to the ordered collection of unpaid items. And then this is equivalent to yielding, I believe, right? No, it's not. This is lambda that takes a parameter it. So where's the it though? Like, the then method in your original code would call this lambda. Okay, passing the collection as the art. Yeah. So okay, then passes the collection as it. So when you do then paginate, if paginate returns as lambda, okay. I think so Kuid says, I think the lambda has the it as a param, and maybe it also present outside of the lambda. Maybe try changing the lambda param. because like, okay, so like the it we're passing through the collection, right? So let's do a plot here. So I go back to our item controller. We're passing in this collection here, forming this method on it, right? It is the collection that we just passed in. So I would think that we should be able to do a count on it, right? Or is that wrong? So you're saying I think the lambda has the it as a param, and maybe it also present outside the lambda. So change the lambda parameter, like change like which part of it, like the it. Let's go inside it. Okay, so it is the collection here. So it should be able to count on that. Okay, so that works. So why wasn't this working then? Total account. Change the lambda param name from it to something like R or scope. Okay. Let's give it a try here. And then let's go out of this. Well, we'll step through this here. So go next. So if we're outside of it, I went too far. Okay. Okay, reload. Oh, interesting. So now it skipped it all together after changing that. Reload that again. Okay, let's try this. Hit continue. Reload that. So if we go, so we're inside it right now, it should be setting the total count, and it just, oh, it's not running anything after it. Oh no, I got rid of the debugger. Okay. Refresh. Okay, so that's weird. When the debugger is after it, it hits it first. Huh. Let's try that again. So, refreshed it. It goes and hits this first. And if I continue, it then goes in to the lambda. Okay, so we could probably do this. Put it all inside. That's really strange. Maybe the record lambda doesn't run until you call it. Huh. Okay, let's continue. Let's see if this works here. refresh. Did I get rid of the debugger? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's working there. Let's see if our instance variables are persisting. Okay, there we go. I think that's good now. Because paid items, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever that is, 6 there. And then unpaid. Go load more. What? Okay, what just happened there? Our page number is not increasing though. So if you go, we're going from August 22nd is the last one. Oh man, load more. Okay, the first one doesn't work. The subsequent ones do. So we're doing something on the, is a debugger on? Maybe. No. Item index, is there something we're doing here? Okay, we have unless last page. That's something different there. Oh, I've named it wrong, I think. So on the first one, it's next page on the, yeah, okay, there we go. So this should just be page. There we go. There we go. And then let's see if we can go far enough to see when we get to the end, the load more button should, no, I don't think I actually set that up in the stream. So we need to go to item index turbo. Okay, I guess we need a condition to check if it's the last page. So I could check, is it the last page, or could I do, it's probably the, so if it's the last page, then I just want to remove it. Otherwise, replace it. No more items to load. That's probably not a bad idea. Maybe there should just be in the button. So instead of doing this, we go to the button itself, load more button. And we say if last page, yeah, whatever Copilot's saying here, else and then I can get rid of that condition here, because we'll just show that always. Let's see. Let's go to paid items. No more items to load. I don't like the centering. Make a bit smaller maybe too. And it should just say end of items or something like that. End of items. should look differently. I don't like how that looks. And then when there are more to load, it shows the button. Let's keep going until we get to the end. End of items. Okay. I'll want to style that differently, I think, but I'm okay with that for now. It's already after 4:30. Yeah, this is taking longer, way longer than I thought. After those changes, I want to make sure forecast is still working. Yeah, we're good. Then we need to apply this to categories. So, okay, I did it to paid and unpaid. You need to apply it to categories and series as well. Okay, well, I'm just going to update some things here just to help me keep track. So paging is needed on forecast. Strike through that. No, we didn't do series. We did this. So series and categories left. Okay, and our highlighting is actually wrong here too. Let's fix that quick. It is our right there. This should be items path status. Let's go items path. Now. We'll do that. Okay, there we go. Also, our heading size is way bigger on some of these pages. So I need to work on making things consistent. Man. The last stuff always takes longer than you think. So I really wanted to try and get to deploying to production today, but it's already 4:30. I don't think that's going to happen. I might just have to do that tomorrow. Oh, and I need to do this too. That won't take that long though. Okay, let's commit. All right, we'll just say forecast and items paging. Now, let's head to our categories and go to there. We'll go to category show. No. Well, yes, but not yet. We'll go to category controller. And then we'll go, yes, that's what I want. No, that's not there. Items. Okay, so we have a condition here. We're saying if month is present, Okay, now I need to add in our turbo stream again. So this will be DOM ID and its category items. Our load more path is category path, page next page, and then status can be removed. Category show needs to change this, so we'll go category path. Oh, I didn't pass category in above there. Okay, let's see. Let's add some MB4. This would be so nice if this just works in the first shot here. Wah wah. Why did I need items? Like, was it just for the border? That's so dumb. Because I just use Tailwind for that. I don't think there's any need for this turbo prime tag. So I'm going to do this, go DOM ID. Okay, so I do need to do this though, because I got rid of the divide y divide gray 200. That's not working. Why is that not working? It's because this is a turbo frame and we need to go class block. There we go. So if I go load more, we're good until February 20th, so that's good. Let's just make sure nothing funny is happening. It goes from October 3rd to the 17th, so that's good. And let's get to the end, which we do, and end of items. Good, okay. Okay, that went smoother. Let's go categories paging. And then lastly, series paging. So series show. I should just go back to category and grab everything we just did there. So that'll be pretty similar. So move this back out of that. This out of there. Well, I should move that all together. Oh, shoot, what was the idea I just had there though? Series items. Okay. So ID. We'll go DOM ID series items. Okay. Now we need to change the button to be series path, series. And I need to add in the turbo stream. Let's go cat turbo. Copy that. Okay, so we're in a series. We need to hit the change the series controller to only, or to add in the paging. Let's go series show again and MB4. Oh, and yeah, the divider too. And then we need to adjust the turbo frame to be a block. That won't work. Getting double order because we have this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Let's go back to series show. Get rid of the items there. Okay, good. Load more. Go from the 31st to 14th, 28th. Good. What happened there? Okay, so something's not right there. Go to page 3, and that happens for some reason. So page 1, page 2 is good, and then we go page 3. That's why. And there we go. Oh, all right. Oh man, okay, so forecast paging is there, categories paging is there, paid, unpaid paging, and then series paging. Cool. Let's check it off. Yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I might hop back on tonight. We'll see. You know what? No, I'm gonna do the deploy tomorrow. Okay, so let's see here. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting here? Oh yeah, these stupid form fields. Okay, well, maybe tonight I'll do that. So I'll hop back on a stream and then just knock that off quick. And maybe any other touch-ups that need to be done. And then tomorrow, probably around like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Central, I'm gonna do this deploy using Kamal, and we're gonna deploy to a Hetzner server, and yeah, should get that live tomorrow. I think I'll need to make sure I have the domains ready for that tonight too. So let's just make a note here. Prepare domains for deploy. Go live. Create. I should assign that to myself. Let's move it up here. Alrighty. Well, Kuwad, thanks for chatting again. Thanks for some of your help there. And yeah, so hopefully talk to you again. But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, and then maybe a little bit tonight too. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your afternoon. Talk to you later.